Hello everyone, hello. Right, let's get rid of that. I'm having camera trouble. I do apologise. I've got one bloody camera that won't work just when you need it to. And I've got some really good camera lines set up, which is a shame. So hello to everyone that's watching. Let me just get the chat window up. How are you all? Hello Budget, hello Graham. Let's move to your channel, Moody. Yeah, hello Moody, how you doing? I love trains, that's cool. Yeah, I've got a bit of a technical issue. One of my bloody cameras just won't work. I'm just going to fiddle for a couple of more minutes because I do need it to work, really. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with one camera, unfortunately. Right, what have we got running today? We have got a Class 423 Network Southeast, which is just going past on the camera now. We have got a Class 60 freightliner with some Maersk containers. I've got a Class 47 running a rake of passenger carriages. I think I've got my 128 running actually, nice and slow around the layout. The Parcel one, you know. Let's get that up. And I've got a 423, the old blue one. It's really nice actually. It's weathered. It's a Bachmann one, 37427. Really nice. Yeah, really nice loco. And the Class 423 going past, I like that as well. That's a lovely train. But I mean, to give you a bit of history behind the layout, I started this layout probably, I mean, this is where it gets embarrassing really, because I've been so slow up here. I started this layout probably about 4 years ago, but I had no previous sort of handyman experience. So I come up here one day and I was like, well, I've always fancied a railway, and I've got pictures over there of when I was young messing about with a layout. Um, I'm going to try and not read your questions for a second, and then I'll come back to it because I'll get distracted. Yeah, I come up here about 4 years ago, and I was going to start with Scale Electrics actually, and I come up here and I thought, oh, okay, yeah. And my missus always laughs, like I can spend ages getting jobs done, but when I want to do something, and I think by the end of the week that I decided to do one, I had all the most of the baseboards down. Um, so yeah, I mean, it was a lot of learning, a lot of practicing. If you go back to my videos, you'll see that I like to do lots of practice boards before I actually go to the main layout. So that's why everything's taken a lot of time. Oh, a Perk Emotion, how you doing, mate? I haven't heard from you for absolutely ages, dude. You've given up your layout now, haven't you? That's a great layout, Perk Emotion. Very nice. Um, and throughout that time, I've had loads and loads of breaks, loads of breaks. Sometimes I'm right into it, and sometimes I literally, I mean, like I said in the last live stream a week or so ago, I haven't been up here for about a year. Literally, the only time I come up here is to put something up in the loft or take it down. I feel like I'm really, really back into it. And especially now I can, oh, Charlie Brooks in, hello mate. Especially now I can bring what I like to do with the technology side and the YouTube side. Now I can feel that I'm going to do pretty much all of my layout now live streaming, and I think why not, you know? Yeah, that is a nice view, isn't it? Might keep it there actually. That was one of my first, that crossover bit, that was one of my first bits of actual scenic work. Oh yeah, Walking Dead at 9. And you got Sky Plus, mate. And yes, I have got both the upper lines running. I've been working up here today actually when I should have been working at work. But I do like me bit of graffiti down there. I'm quite proud of that. Try and keep it still, but I'm reaching right over the graffiti and the little junction boxes. I've got a signal to get live. I'm not going to fully signal the layout because I don't know how signals work. So what's the point of me signaling the whole layout? I don't know. That will purely be for show. Doug says it's the favourite part of the layout. I'm going to read out what you're saying more because there's a reason for that. On the recording, you don't get the text. There is a way I can get it up there, but I haven't worked it out yet. So when someone's watching, they're not going to see your text come up on the screen. They're only going to see me and what what you're seeing at the moment in the actual window. So what I noticed was on the last one, I sort of skimmed over it, so I might have gone budget means and that means nothing. So if there's a question, I'll read it out properly, and then you'll know. Oh, so we're up to 40 watching. That's good. What's your favourite train? I've always loved the Class 37 train of my childhood. My favourite is the Intercity. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the Intercity. Do you remember the old advert? I think it. Oh, me camera's going there. The old advert. I think it's Bernard Cribbins. You know when they shrunk him down and got him onto the layout. I mean, I still remember the feeling of watching it. I think it was around Christmas time because I think that was a Hornby advert, if I remember rightly. And I remember just thinking, wow, I just love the Intercity. No, the Intercity 125. Yeah, it's got to be the 125. I've got an old analog one actually. I think if I remember rightly, haven't they just released a proper digital version? But it's about 300 or 400 quid. Ooh. While I've got 40 in, I may as well plug my other channel. I do gaming, which is they're my two main hobbies. If you click the eye above me, you'll see GT UK. Feel free to have a look. The gaming den, air conditioning. Yes, I have got air conditioning there. I love it. It's my office actually, which is more game room than office. Charlie Brook shared on Twitter and Facebook. Oh my God, Charlie, you're spoiling me. It must be nearly Christmas. No, not the. Oh, Darren Wilkins is here. Hello, mate. How you doing, Mr. Wilkins? Okay, let's go and do the platforms now. Very, very easy, and I will do a video on this actually. It's 18mm MDF, so you've got the strips of 18mm MDF cut, whatever that is, 2 inches, whatever it is, 2.5 inches. Then what I did, and I think I was unique in doing it. No, plenty of people have done it since, but no one had done it before. These are matchsticks. I'm going to try and move the camera up. I can't really see what I'm pointing at, but they're actually matchsticks. So you got the the traditional overhang from the platform, and then I paint them white. So you can already get the idea of what I'm doing. I had to rub this bit down, which took absolutely ages. Let's move that back. I like this angle across here actually, where they're not all cut straight, they're all cut at an angle. I like that, and it gives the feeling of a sort of a little bit of distance going on there. So yeah, I've rubbed each one down. Matchsticks either side, glued, PVA, painted white, just a normal primer grey on the platform. These yellow strips are actually Tamiya masking tape. So again, you can see how easy it is to do. And then plasticard underneath, so you've got all strips of plasticard, brick plasticard, all weathered, painted in the usual way. And there you got which I think is fantastic looking platforms. I mean, I'll cameras straight as I can. The only thing that's screwed down here is the platforms. Everything else is totally removable. I can remove all of this this retaining wall. All of this is made from the insulation styrofoam, so this is as strong as anything and can be lifted up in one piece. I could literally in about 20 minutes strip this entire section back to only track and ballast. So that's I think that was a good idea to do that, because if I ever change my mind, or for example, the reason I actually put the hillside up there, I wanted to do a proper massive industrial scene across there, but at the time I was only just starting and I didn't have enough skills, so I thought, well, I don't want to just do it and spend ages on it and it looks rubbish. So what I'll do is I'll do some hills. They can stay there whilst I move on to other aspects of the layout, and I've ended up liking them. I think they look alright up there. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And I built all the wall. I obviously built it all myself, but it's all normal plasticard and bits of wood, and it's all good. There you go. There's a little drain there. It's not focusing very well. But yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's leave it there. I do like that little view of the station there, and you've got the underside of the canopies, which I think is my best part of the layout. My fence is a little bit wonky. Let's straighten that up. I've still got to finish the lights on the platform. everything's work in progress, isn't it? You know, for all of us. I'm not sort of live streaming mine because it's a finished product. Far from it. In fact, that was one of the reasons for coming up and live streaming. It'll get my arse in gear, and I thought, well, it's something I would watch. I would watch a live stream, so I thought, well, let's get up there, and I'm going to do. I'm not saying I'm going to do every single bit live stream because obviously preparation takes time, but when I've prepared the next bit, I'll just live stream. I'll live stream all the time. And it's the same with my little boy Max. He's been up here today, where I've been up here getting everything ready. He just keeps saying, I love this railway. I just love it. And I love it as well. And I can really feel the passion for model railways coming back. I mean, I've got two, as I say, I've got two YouTube accounts, and I look at them separately. So I've got, on the Five Elms one, I've got all my railway subs. And on the gaming one, I've got all my gaming. I think for ages I didn't even log into the railway one, just but now I'm on it all the time. I'm going back over old videos that I love, and yeah, so I can really feel that the passion's coming in. Yes, Doug, there's two options. I'll show you me two options. Let's have a look. Me two options are to move over to here. I'll try and put that there. Let me just go over and make sure I'm looking at the right bit on the screen. Yeah, I wish I was a youngster too. Yeah, I could start. Ian Rennie's back. Hello, Rennie. I could start on the TMD. That is an option. This section over here, I could start on that. I suppose in a way I've already made a bit of a start with the back wall and the home base and the PC world, so that bit's done. I could start the TMD. And obviously all this needs ballasting, all this centre part. I could put the ballast in and the trunk in and everything that needs to be done in there. That would actually start to bring the layout up a little bit. Because that's the good thing about these dividers, what I call scenic dividers. Now this sort of section here obviously is going to be a flyover with a motorway, central reservation, lights, which I like the layout to be at lots of different levels. I don't like a flat feeding layout. So this is going to elevate it up. By the time I've got the motorway signs, you're going to have all these different levels. And I think that's what makes it look realistic. So these scenic breaks, if you like, I think they're officially called, are a fantastic idea because it meant that I can concentrate on this part of the layout and almost judge it as like a mini layout. Just forget the rest, just work on this. But with this scenic layout, it's almost like I don't want to go over there to the other side because that means I've got to do all that section then. So yeah, they're a good idea and you need them. I think everyone should have some kind of scenic break because it literally breaks up the scenery. Put some more little trunking and stuff down there. I do like my little bits of detail, stuff that you've got to bend down for, because when you go to not so much an exhibition, but if you go to a railway museum, for example, that someone has really spent years and years building up. I like the way you've got to bend down and have a little look at all the detail, and every time you bend down, then you see something else, and that's what I like. And that was one of the reasons for having this system where trains disappear off. Because when you go to a railway museum, rather than a show, because obviously you can see them going around in a railway museum, like you've got the 423 there, and you would watch that and you don't know where it goes, and that's even though I know where I know where it goes, but even though I know where it goes, it looks like it's disappearing off. I don't want to watch trains go round and round and chase each other. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and scenic breaks help with that, but I wanted to build it in such a way, and I'll take you around a bit later on, in such a way that trains disappear off, and that's what I like about it. And I think with some lights and stuff in there, that could be a nice little bit of kit. Even with this sort of blue they've got there, this sort of blue washed out whitey colour, it looks exactly the same as Rochester. I'll be able to get little Five Elms in there. Again, prototypical. I don't know where to put it, to be honest with you. Don't tell me, Charlie Brook. Yeah, I'm not sure where to put it. I like the look of it there, and I think it works there. Whether prototypical, let me give you a sort of bird's eye view. Whether prototypically it would be there, I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking about having it there. No, not there. No, I wasn't thinking that at all. I was thinking about having it there, but it would have to face in, and I don't get to see any of the good stuff. I just get to see the wall. I suppose it would make it good for running videos because you can see it that way. But that's what I'm saying about this scenic divider. It's sort of it's a bit of a pain really, because I really should start to make progress on the other side. What do you think of it there? Let me know. I can run six trains on the layout. That's 4 on the lower section, all run through the E-link. So that's 4 digital trains down the bottom, and then I've got 2 absolutely separate analog lines on the top. So I can run 6 trains. Realistically and theoretically, I could run 2 trains per line, if you like, on the bottom because it's big enough, but that would take a lot of management, so that would be 10 trains in total. But I think realistically 6 trains. I'm running 5 tonight, and it all looks good. There's, you know, it doesn't look too busy. The thing with the live stream has shown me how even though I've got this section done, how little camera angles I've got to show you because I've only done a bloody station really. Have you ever considered doing an old abandoned station on the layout? You see them a lot in real life, never on a layout. Yes, and I'll tell you where I'm going to put it. Right, up here is one of the analog lines. Again, I'm pointing so I can't see the laptop, so I don't know what I'm pointing at, and I'm trying to keep it as still as I can. Up here is one of the analog lines. So that's an analog line. And I'm thinking of putting an old abandoned station in there. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know what makes it look abandoned though, especially if a train's going to run past it, you know. There's the 128, the Parcel 128. Obviously none of this is scenic up this end. This is just pure, just track down. That's a lovely train actually, a really nice train. And it comes pre-weathered from Bachmann. I think they're pretty rare to get hold of now actually. Where did you get that multi-storey car park? I don't know, I can't remember. I'll have a look at it though, I'll show you it, not a problem. It's quite a nice little bit of kit, and it's sort of like a low relief thing, and it comes with a little this little back scene, and you put it across there, and once you get a few cars in there, yes, it's quite a nice little bit of kit. I literally can't remember. I think I got it from Model Zone actually. It rings a bell. Yeah, I think Model Zone, which I do miss in a way, although it wasn't very good. It was somewhere to go on a Saturday afternoon if you were shopping with your missus. Pop in there, look at the remote control cars, look at this, end up down the railway bit, buy something for the layout. Now Model Zone's gone, Signal Box has gone. There's literally no shops around here that do model railways. It's really annoying. That's quite a nice little shot there actually, the 47 going past. Let's have a look at what you're saying. So yeah, if you can go off and say hello to Dungwood, just leave a little message saying Five Elms sent you or saw you on you know, the Five Elms shout out. That would be absolutely fantastic, and it lets him know that the shout out works. It lets other people know that the shout out works, and yeah, so if you could do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. How cold is it in your loft? It's pretty cold, but I've got me railway jumper on, which is full of paint, full of hard, bloody dry paint, but I love it. Whenever I'm up here, get the old collars up, and I don't have to look for anywhere to wipe my hands. It just literally goes like that. So I love this jumper. I might even start wearing it out actually. There's never been stress up in the loft, you know. I mean, I play. I've got an office that I use as a playroom, so if I've had a bad day at work, I don't have much of an evening because that's where I work and play. Up here, there's never any stress up here. It's only relaxation, so that's why I like coming up here, and I forget about everything. The loft hatch is where everything stops, so it is nice coming up here. And having the break that I had like a year, 18 months before, since I've done any modelling, I come up here and I think, actually, it's not that bad. I don't know what you lot are like. I'm very self-critical, and I sort of look at it and think, actually, now I've had a break, I really like my layout. I really do like it, and I think it's all right, and I want to carry on now. I think I'm ready to carry on. It's me, that aspect of what I like about model railway sort of museums, and that's the trains disappearing off. Whenever I have people up here, which isn't very often, no one really wants to see it. I don't think my missus has been up here for a couple of years, but whenever anyone comes up, there's almost that wonder, especially kiddies. where did that train go? And then as soon as they say that, I think, yes, that's exactly what I wanted them to say, because they're sort of looking around for it to reappear, and it doesn't reappear. Obviously, the first couple of times you're not going to clock the fact that it's going round and round. Um, but yeah, that's what I like. There's a lot you can do with that scene. I haven't done anything with it. There's no people or anything like that. So yeah, there's still a lot I can do. Let's turn this light off as well. I do like a layout that's lit up at night. I just love it. That was one of my requirements. It's got to have loads of lights. I want to be able to switch the lights off up here in the end and just see lots of little lights everywhere, signals and stuff. Um, yeah, like you just said, Matthew, I'd love a layout that's set in the dark night, not the light or daytime. Are you planning to add a funfair scene? Probably not. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. There is a market there, but most of it, the problem is, most of it is old-fashioned sort of 50s rides, isn't it? You know, with the waltzer and stuff like that, which is fine. But I think you'd need to film it, to theme it with an older layout. Maybe, I don't know. I know they do the Fowler stuff, don't they? Which is a little bit under scale. You still need to add people to my layout. I know, that's what I was saying earlier. Now, what do I do now? Do I carry on with this small section that I've done, but there's still people, benches, rubbish bins, there's so much stuff I can do, or should I leave that for now because it looks presentable, doesn't it? Should I leave it and move on to another scene? Actually, I'll make that my next subject. I gave you one option of where I could go with the scenery. Let me give you option two and see what you think I should go with. You know, as in what to start next. Let me turn all my lights back on. God, I've got some lights up here. I think you need good lighting in your loft to not only show the layout off. I don't mean like live streaming, but to show it off in pictures and stuff, and to show up mistakes that might be hidden by low light. So I think it's important to get your... Right, I'm going to move my laptop down because I'm going to show you a section now. So I'm just going to put this down. Now my next section that I could do... Hang on, I've still got one light up. There you go. Right, the next section. So this is... There's a couple of things to talk about here first. I'm thinking of my layout is... The start of my layout is going to start here. Now I know it sounds weird, but you should really have a start to your layout. So my layout sort of starts here. Now I could, it's almost like a diorama, this section. I could theoretically work on this bit. The reason I'm thinking of not, it's quite a nice place to sit my laptop when I'm doing the live streams. Made all these rocks by hand. My wife made them actually with the Woodland Scenic molds. She did all the mix for me. All of this, again, some of this I'm repeating, but I know we've got new people in. This is all the insulation from B&Q. So the thick strips all hot glued together, carved out, and then, you know, the grass, the scenic grass. Actually, someone asked me earlier, do you use static grass? Yes, I do. So I don't know whether you'll be able to see, but there is... I don't use a huge amount of it because I think it can be overused. But there is static grass there. Yeah, there is static grass there. But some things are meant to be subtle, and I think that's one of the things. I've seen people before, they pay like 100 quid for a really good grass machine, and they use it. The whole machine looks like it's got a bloody the whole layout could look like it's got a Mohican. So yeah, it's best to use it in sparingly. But I mean, I love this. This is a wheels kit. It took ages to build, and the way I've done it is that bit is sort of set in stone, if you like. This bit can be unplugged, and the whole section can be lifted out for weathering, which I've got to do. I've just sprayed it grey at the moment. Definitely a water scene here. This is 100% going to be a water scene. I don't know whether the whole thing is going to be flat and water, or whether there's going to be a raised section, maybe halfway with a small cliff and a beach. I don't know, but I could work on that. So for me, it's either the TMD and start working down the track and the motorway bridge, or it's going to be this sort of diorama, because it's almost separate to the rest of the layout. But wouldn't it be great to get there? So let me know what you think I should do next. You ever had a Model Mag arrival? Model Mag article? I have actually. I did a very small sort of diorama actually. It's on my channel, and I sent a picture of it away to Model Rail, was it? Model Rail magazine, and it got in the what I call the Reader's Wives section, where you put in pictures of your own things. So yeah, who knows in the future that would be a lovely sort of round off. But there's way more to do on that. That's not ready at all. Right, I think should we round it up there? I think really that's been an hour and a half. I think that's about right, and it gives me more stuff to show next time. So yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone who's come along. Um, any chuck up any last questions, anything you want to know, and we'll round it up in the next 5-10 minutes. How long? Oh, how long has it taken to get to this stage? Probably about 3.5, 4 years, but I've had lots of breaks, and it hasn't been, of course, it hasn't been all bang on, you know. So I mean, I've taken sort of a year break before, so yeah, long time, but it's all good. It's a hobby, it's not a job, and that's the way it's got to be looked at. Because if you if you come up here as a job, I've got to do it, then it just doesn't work. How important is a traditional local shop to Five Elms, or do you find online stores tick it all? No, I would much rather go into a shop because I don't always know what I want, because I'm not experienced in this hobby, so I don't think, right, I've got to do that. I must get this, this, and this. I like going into a shop and having a look around. So no, a shop is very important to me, but there isn't any. I will go to Wally. No, well, am I going to this year? No, it'll be next year. Yeah, I've been up there a couple of times before, but I will be going on the next one. I think it's in November, actually, isn't it? But I won't be going this year. I just literally haven't got time. Great evening. Look forward to the next one. Thanks, Fred. Anyone know who makes buildings? Metcalf. Will you be doing another live stream every so often? Yeah, I plan to every couple of weeks, hopefully, especially throughout the winter. In the summer, it'll probably be a thing that I just leave in the summer because it's too bloody hot up here, you know. But in the winter, I love it up here when it's cold. I love it. I've loved this second live stream. Keep up the excellent work. Thank you, Charlie Brook. I love your homemade fence. It looks good. Yeah, I like that actually. Yeah, I'll show you that before we go. It is literally just made of matchsticks, and I've got a very small screwdriver drill bit, just stuck 2 holes in it, and that wire I got from the pound shop, and I just fed it through the whole lot. And I like the way you can manipulate it to go. Obviously, normally when you buy it, it's like one piece, isn't it? So you can't really manipulate it to go up and down hills. But yeah, I like that fence. It's subtle. You don't really notice it, but if you look, you notice it. That's the main thing. Right, okay, I'm going to click the stop button now, but I'll see you all next time. Thank you.